Welcome to Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts. We're doing a special show today with a look back at some of our favorite moments. Plus, we'll read some emails and answer your questions.
I'm senior producer Joey Panic, and we have gone through the archives and we have found some never-before-seen footage from the show. We're going to debut those segments that never made it to air.
Plus, celebrity interviews and a boat trip out on the bay. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show, and welcome to senior producer Joey Panic.
Hello there. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, doing something a little different today. So every so often, we like to take kind of a look back at what we've been up to for the past few weeks, because when we're doing it, it all goes by in a blur.
It is. It's like living in a vortex. So it is nice to stop for a second. There's so many great moments, so much great feedback come in, so many things we actually want to stop and give attention to, but sometimes the machine that is the show just keeps moving.
Exactly. And we actually do get a lot of questions from you and comments, and we love it. So keep them coming. But for today's first hot topic, we are actually going to hear from you. We received a Facebook message we want to share from Faith, and she said, have you ever considered having a co-host that has a different opinion? Everyone always seems to agree with each other. Well, Faith, I got to tell you, on one level, I'm really glad you think we all get along so well, because we do. But in reality, we do have very different thoughts about the things we discuss. And I'm not picking on my other girls, but Bobeth and Linda are both very, very passionate when they believe something.
Yes, they really are the fuel to the fire of some of the best heated yet respectful discussions that we have on the show. For example, the Florida palimony. This was earlier this year. There was a discussion that they were going to change the law.
The divorce laws, and whether we thought that someone should receive the permanent alimony. So let's take a look at what they both thought.
You only have to stay home with a child until they're out of school.
That's 18
You don't have to stay. Well, they probably would not just be born when you started, but once they're out of school, I don't see any excuse. Get a job.
We've talked about this before, and I believe the same thing. If you're the homemaker and you're doing that, I just don't think you should be given alimony for the rest of your life. And this goes for women and men. So you know
I don't agree. I feel like, first of all, there's already a formula. So you're not going to be in a marriage for a year and then get permanent alimony.
Right.
To get permanent alimony, you have to be in a marriage for at least 17 years before they even consider it. And if you have donated 17 years of your life to only doing this, now turning around and saying, okay, you're gone, just jump back in, that's impossible. And the way that the industry or the society works right now, what are you going to work, $8.50 an hour?
But forever? I mean, let's say I get married at 20 and I get divorced at 38. So there's my 18 years. I got a good 30 years left in the workforce.
Yeah,
why should I get his money for?
And you could have been going to school all that time. You were, because the kids are in school for like 8 hours a day. You can go back to school. And
you could, but if the person chose not to, because they didn't say that when they got married and said, okay, only do this.
I choose not to work.
Right, I might choose not to get up too, but I got a mortgage to pay.
And you know, today it's just as likely to be a woman as a man. The person that makes the most money is going to be the one paying. So it's not necessarily a woman now.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily. I'm not saying it's impartial to women versus men. I just think if you donate so much of your time, I don't see the issue with, especially after 17 years. That's a long time.
Some of the testimony yesterday was a female obstetrician before the legislature saying, I do not want to pay my ex-husband any longer. You know, I am a doctor. I have to put my 3 kids through college now. You know, she was the breadwinner.
And he's not working probably.
He's not working. So, I mean, it definitely goes both ways. But,
and it started in the old days when a woman really couldn't get a decent job, when a woman really couldn't support herself. Now she can. And so you have to go to school during the time the kids are in school, but you can prepare yourself for a good job.
I mean, it's easier said than done. I think a lot of people like to say, oh, you can get a job, but when you're out there in the field trying to find that job and trying to find that job that's going to pay you a substantial wage, I don't think it's that easy.
I've had 13 jobs. I've been out in the field a lot of times.
It is so fun when they both get fired up and, you know, have to debate it out with each other. But that's the point. That's the point of talking about our different views.
Yes, and that really is the point of the show, to your point. That everyone has such a different background and comes from different experience, and it's really nice to hear the voices at the table. And we never know which topics are going to take off like that, especially between Beth and Linda.
It is often a surprise what gets everybody fired up. Well, just last week we were discussing tolerance and the Orlando nightclub shootings, but Beth made an amazing point that really kind of hit home for us, that even when we don't agree with each other, we still really like each other and respect each other's differences.
Let's listen.
Even when you think about us, seriously, we disagree on so many other issues, but at the core of everything is a friendship that isn't built on our beliefs. It's built on us. I like you because you are you. Regardless of your color, regardless of your beliefs, regardless of your sex, it doesn't matter. I like you. And so if you disagree with me, I don't have to hate you.
Great point.
Every once in a while, an opinion will come out, and I mean, that one moved me. You know, just sitting behind the camera, experiencing Beth sharing that, I thought it was really important, and it really is kind of the heart of the show.
Yep, off the cuff, from the heart, and I'll be honest, as we get into a political season, and we're not going to be able to ignore this presidential election on the show. We have tried to stay away a little bit from politics until we really had our issues laid out for us, but I think over the next few months, it's going to have to be discussed.
It's true. We are one of the shows here at ABC7 that is not necessarily a news show. We are a talk show. So we try to approach it as more of a dinner party conversation, but every once in a while,
I think the election will be part of the dinner party, so buckle up for that. All right, we have another email to share. This one's from Ginny, and she says, "It always looks like you are having so much fun. Is it really as fun as it looks?" Ginny, I got to tell you, they don't call this work. They really don't. We do actually have tons of fun as we do the show, because for me, it's all the different activities we do. There are so many things that I've dug my hands into here that I would have never had a chance to do if it wasn't for the show.
Absolutely, and it's like being a cruise director at times, because you get to come up with a list of activities, and you never know which ones are going to make great TV. Occasionally, some of them might make me a little bit nervous. For example, when we brought fire into the studio. Let's look at the glass demonstration.
Start
out behind the torch.
Oh, this is so scary.
Now, one of our big rules on the show is not to hurt Linda.
Or to blow up the station. They probably wouldn't like that. Okay.
Well, I'm going to light it. You're going to start out really high.
I think I can
and then come down slowly, spinning it so that glass sand
I'm far enough away.
Oh, okay.
rotates around and gets an even coating.
All right, come on, Linda.
Okay, up high.
And it's
Apply at a bit of an angle, and now come on down.
important for us to be careful.
You do want to warm it slowly. You don't want to put cold glass right into a hot flame. So come on down.
Oh, I am so nervous.
You're doing good.
My hand is sweating.
A little lower.
No, no.
You gotta touch the fire.
But it might explode.
You're doing good.
Am I low enough?
A couple more inches.
I can't do this. This is so scary. This is so scary.
A little lower. It's getting warm now.
Getting warm?
Yep. And in a few seconds, you're going to start to stick on the inside.
Then what do I do?
It's starting to stick, Linda.
I'm turning.
You want to get a little higher and come back towards the You're okay.
What do I do now? Back in the fire?
We can fix it.
They don't always work, right? You get your mistakes, too.
Yes, but watching Linda Carson over an open flame made me very nervous. Palms were sweaty.
Yeah, we all wear a lot of hairspray, too, so that could have been really ugly. Well, it's not always us that makes Joey nervous. Sometimes the guests are full of some surprises.
Absolutely. For example, there was one moment where we had Bello Knock in the studio. Now, when you have a comic daredevil in the studio, you want to take advantage of them as your guest host. So you kind of want to play to their strengths. So what seemed like a great idea on paper turned out to be a segment that kind of ran away with itself. Let's take a look.
We're going to go up 100 feet right now.
I'm afraid to look down. And so then you're going to jump?
Yeah, what we're... The seriousness of it.
I'm afraid to look down. Okay, let me do this.
You see that down there?
Oh, a big mattress.
That is an airbag. Now, don't let that fool you. It's, you know, it's 10 foot tall, 20 foot wide, and 20 foot long.
Have you ever missed when you jumped?
Hopefully not, because gravity works every time.
You always go down.
That's right. And from this height, it looks like a postage stamp. When you're right next to it, it looks like 20 foot by 20 foot. Looks big.
Aren't you scared?
No, I got hands of a surgeon. Oh, wait. No, you know, I love heights. I love daredevil stunts, and I love doing things. In my family and in my history, we only fall when we plan on it, and this is a strategic, lined up, and you do a lot of practicing, but most people would look at this, Linda, and say, oh, it's easy. It's actually not that easy. You've got to dive straight, land straight, and even the impact, you've got to hold your breath and not hold your breath. You've got to release all that breath out of your lungs. Otherwise, you'd end up with a collapsed lung, because falling from 100 feet, you're looking at 5 to 6 G's of gravity on impact.
Oh my goodness,
yeah, so everyone,
this is dangerous.
Oh yeah, yeah, any 3-year-old kid can do it with about 30 years practice.
Yeah, and nobody's perfect. I mean, this could be the one time in your career you miss.
No.
Just think about that before you
No,
do
I don't
it.
think so. It's dangerous, but that's where I live. You know, they say the sky's the limit, but that's where I start.
Well, I don't think we can get any higher than this.
All right,
So
Linda.
let's go for it.
Let me go
Bello.
for it.
Oh
Let me
no,
climb
I'll
up.
cross my fingers. Be careful down there. Oh my goodness, look out, Bello. Oh, I'll say a prayer for you. Oh no. Good luck. Good luck.
Here we go.
Bello, are you all right? Are you okay down there? You didn't mess up your hair. Hey, that looked like fun. Okay, I'm 77 years old. I'll never get another chance like this. I'm coming down, Bello. I'm coming down. Look out. Get out of the way.
What is she doing? She's not.
Is she
What is Linda doing?
I made it. I made it.
All right, Linda. Wow, that was great. How do you feel?
I feel strong and powerful. Back to you guys.
Please explain.
So one of my favorite things about Linda is that she is up for anything. So Linda actually had a stunt double who had on a wig. They changed shirts, so it was not Linda who jumped, although if Linda Carson was asked to jump, I think she would. She's
yes,
fearless.
but one of your rules is you're not allowed to hurt Linda Carson. That's one of
Exactly.
your big rules here on this show.
One of my favorites.
Such great TV production, so much help behind the scenes, and it wouldn't be the same without you either. Remember, you can find us online. Always get us by Facebook, Twitter, and also on email. We'll talk to you soon after the Happy Hour forecast.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. The 4th named storm of the season is making landfall now into Mexico. That's right. Danielle was classified as a tropical storm, but it didn't last long as it's making its way inland, going to cause all sorts of headaches down there with flash flooding and mudslides into Mexico. For us, some drier air has moved in, so only a few sprinkles here and there have been moving through parts of the Suncoast this afternoon. It looks to stay pretty nice tonight, too, with low temperatures finally dropping down into the low 70s, so it should be a real nice start to Tuesday morning. There are a few showers offshore. Those are moving off to the west, away from the land, so not a problem there. And as I said, there could be a few more sprinkles here and there this evening, but not a lot of rainfall anticipated as a result of that drier air which has punched in. There's still a flood warning in effect along the Peace River and the, I should say, the Mayaca River near the Mayaca State Park right there. You can see that quite clearly in that area in green, but overall things are drying out for right now. We'll have more on our forecast coming up at 5.
One question we hear from our viewers all the time is, do you ever do anything on the show that doesn't actually get on air?
That's a great question. Recently, we were celebrating National Camping Month in June with the Environeers Adventure Outfitters, and they had brought us the latest camping gadgets, lots of great stuff. Well, we never actually ended up showing you the tent that they brought. So we had a little bit of fun in between segments, and we wondered if we would be able to put it together. So let's take a look.
June is National Camping Month, and any experienced campers knows that one of the first things you should do when you're going camping is to pitch a tent. But, you know, we're all not created equal, so that's why we brought an expert in here to help us with that, and this is from Environeers Adventures Outfitters. And so, Brian, you're an expert.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
And so, tell us, how do we start?
Well, again, first thing you would do.
We're not experts.
Yeah. First thing you do is you find a flat area piece of ground, and then any place you want to camp, you set your tent up. And this tent's going to be super simple to set up. And whenever you guys want to check it, we can go for it.
You always start like this?
But you know, right now it just looks like a cloth and some sticks.
All right, I'm up for this. I'm up for
So
this.
what should we do?
So look at the poles. The poles have to go together. I've done this before.
Yep, so down there you see they just slip in. It's one pole.
But the one pole is throwing me a little bit.
Well, me?
What is this?
Well, but look, there's loops across the
It
top.
looks like a praying mantis.
It does look like a praying mantis. But do you see the loops across the top? Don't we have to slide the pole into the loops?
Nope, it clips on. But first you want to do is go to the corner.
Go to the corner.
All right, hold
Like
up.
a puzzle.
I'm
You
gonna
have to
start
start
in the
with
corner.
the outside.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Push the...
See, we told you it's not all created.
Pull it
Okay,
in.
look, bottom. Hold on, Linda, that's not a
Yep.
corner. Joey, you've got a corner.
Oh, good.
This is a corner?
No,
Okay,
no.
so these bend, right?
Yep, they bend.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so stick the
Maybe
silver
this goes
end
in here.
Is this going to be like
no.
a rubber band? Is it going
Joey,
to
Linda, give that
No,
to
it's
Joey.
going to work.
Joey, that
It'll
goes
work.
in there.
Yes, Joey's end goes in the corner. This end goes in a corner.
Yep.
This goes
There we
right
go.
There you go.
There we
puts
go.
baby
No.
in a corner.
Yeah.
Does this go right here?
Bend it, bend
Then
it.
just bend it up.
See, I'm always afraid it's going to
No,
break.
hold on. We'll save this for last.
There we
there we
go.
Oh, it's going to go like that.
There, yep. Now you can start to
Okay.
see it.
So,
Now you work your way up.
So these
Work your way
clips
up,
are
work
way
your way
better
up.
than the slide
oh,
through.
this is the
clips in.
roof.
Yep.
This is the roof?
And this
It's
clips
not
in.
very wide. Maybe we
So-
need the other side.
Like that one?
We need this one over here.
Yep.
Hey, this is
Oh,
a
dear.
pretty
I popped that
user-friendly
corner.
tent.
Don't
Put your
ruin
corner
the
back.
corners.
Oh, it's that corner.
Okay, here we come down.
Oh, I
down,
think I
down,
put it in
down.
the wrong-
Am I doing this right?
Oh, you want to go
What if you put it in the wrong one? What can we do?
there?
Oh, you want to do it? That's
I
the
think
way.
we're going to need to spin the whole
Put it
thing
in this
around
one.
after Joey gets it back in.
Now, Brian, I've seen couples go camping, and putting up the tent can wreck a marriage. So, especially if it's raining. So are all of these, is this easy compared to other
I
tents?
think we
yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do have a question. This is pretty lightweight. If we were outside, would we stake here then?
Yep, you put a stake in the four corners. It brings the tent out much more square.
And I
gives you
feel like
much
we
more
can
room
get
in the
into this
tent.
now.
Where's our door? Oh, here we go. Wait, it's got two doors.
Door on each side. It's a two-person
front
tent.
door and a back
That way,
door.
Now, Brian, when you're picking a tent, if you're going to camp in Florida, are there obviously
back.
different considerations than if
Go
you're going to
inside
camp
the tent?
other
No,
places
unzip.
in the country?
yes. One of the reasons that this is a really airy tent that's got this mesh around is because it is Florida and it's a really hot environment. So you can get in this tent if it's a nice day out and sleep in this and not worry about having to have a tent cover over it or anything like
Oh,
that.
wow.
Because it's nice weather.
Now, before we get in,
But if
I just want to show there are these holes on the side. Is something supposed to go in here?
No, that's it. It's just a pivot point for all the three pole systems.
How many people tent?
Two.
Two people.
Well-
You'd be really cozy in there.
Too cozy.
We're four really good friends.
Yes, four good friends.
Stack sideways, two on the ends.
Is
Yeah.
it waterproof?
It is waterproof when you have the rain fly over the top of it.
Oh, because there's something else that goes over it.
But this is just bug proof.
So you put a whole separate cover not touching this over
Yep,
the top?
and it goes over. and it
Okay,
clips
because I
on.
remember from the old Girl Scout days when you set it up, they'd say, don't touch the roof, it'll leak. That's
No,
not
no.
a problem anymore.
Not a problem.
Okay, good.
No.
I never really understood how that was going to work.
Now, if there was an animal outside, there's not a lot of protection. between
This is
you.
really
I don't
thin.
think
We don't
Yeah.
have grizzlies in Florida.
And
I mean, they have panthers, they have insects, they have all
Wild
kinds of
hogs.
things.
But that's part of
Yes,
camping, right?
sure.
You're
Right,
out there
it's all part of camping,
it's
it's
out
being
there
part of the experience.
experiencing the animals.
so then you can fold the
'Cause
door
it's
up
a
out
live
so it's
zoo.
like
Maybe
that.
if we had light, it would scare the
Oh, now
boars
if we
away.
invite people over, we can kind of leave
Right.
the door open.
Yeah.
And you can go and
Hang
you
out
can
in
go
the porch.
camping in
Or
your.
shake out the
Oh,
back
there you
door.
go, Stephanie.
If you
I
don't like
it.
this person. Joey, are you going in?
Sure, come on in.
Oh,
I'm just amazed at
see-
how lightweight it is.
I don't think
yeah.
I'm dressed for camping.
No, you're not. You're a little too
Down that
glam.
low.
I think this is part of the
I've
problem
lived in
with this.
apartments in New York that were smaller than this.
I don't think I have.
You would have to like your friend, though. It is
Yeah.
close quarters in here.
So, Brian, any other things we need to consider when we're looking for a tent? Like, can they get bigger?
Oh yeah, we got tents that go up to 6 people. And
Oh.
we got single-person tents as well. But generally, a 1 or 2-person tent will be much lighter for backpacking.
You should probably take a two-person tent in case you meet somebody.
Exactly.
Linda, have you ever met a man camping?
No.
I'm just
I had to
asking.
carry one with me.
Here, you bring yours with you.
I'll bring my own, thank you.
Sands to the beach.
I think we did a great job. Thank you, Brian.
Thank
I
you.
think you did too.
They're
I'm
a
gonna
lot
zip this
easier to
up, you
work with
guys.
than I thought they were.
And have a good evening.
Yes, well, thank you so much,
You're all
Brian.
zipped in now.
I know they're going to go to like the Holiday Inn.
Yeah, we're just gonna watch you guys.
I don't know if you guys can get out. Is there an inside zipper?
And that's important. You need to be able to zip it from the inside,
Yeah,
just
that
in
is
case.
important. Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Brian. Now, if you want to get any more information about this tent or any other camping gear, you want to visit envioneers.com or just visit their store in Sarasota, and we'll be right back.
I'm glad you're not a bear.
At ABC7, it's all about being here for you. Introducing ABC7 News at 7 with award-winning investigative journalist Alan Cohn. In-depth reporting and debate on important issues and stories in our community. With a featured topic of the day and a live roundtable discussion with community leaders and newsmakers. Plus a quick recap of the day's top stories and weather. ABC7 News at 7, weeknights. Now more than ever, we're here for you, Suncoast.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
When you don't know who you are, you can be anyone you want to be. You're coming with me.
Ooh, where are we going?
To the most wondrous place in the world.
Roll up, Tanglefield's Traveling Circus is here!
This isn't a fairy story. People don't always live happily ever after. But we will. I'm Hetty Feather, and this is my story.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Welcome back. So we get offers to talk to dozens of celebrities via satellite. It's kind of the next best thing to having them here with us in the studio. So when this famous science guy was available, we knew just who to ask to chat with them.
A big welcome to Mr. Science himself, Bill Nye, the Science Guy, to the Suncoast View. Such a pleasure to have you here, sir.
It's so good to be had. Good morning.
Good morning. And I want to thank you personally, by the way, for teaching my son the love of science through your Bill Nye the Science Guy program. And then my wife and I, how to reduce our carbon footprint with Living with Ed. And now your Star Talk editorials. It's absolutely fabulous. And I see you're surrounded by a couple of young scientists right now.
Yes. This is Lucas and Chris. This is the Exploravision Awards, which is judged by the National Science Teachers Association. It's sponsored by Toshiba, and it's a unique scholarship program. We have to work in teams, and you have to come up with an idea for an invention that you think will come into existence in the next 20 years. And these guys have done it. They won, and Toshiba and the gang flew them to Washington, D.C., and here we are.
Well, a huge congratulations to them. I'd like to ask them a few questions about your project. But first, let me ask you, Bill, what do you suppose it is within you that took you from a Boeing engineer to someone who has pursued a life trying to excite the love of science in people?
I wanted to change the world because I got concerned about United States engineering practices and our technology and so on. And these guys are the future.
And their particular project is what?
So there's a section of the human brain called the olfactory bulb, which is responsible for our ability to smell. And what the visor does, this band here, is that it can detect and can turn electric signals inside the factory bulb into internet information, and then it can relay it to another visor for stimulation of someone else's factory bulb so that they can also smell what you're smelling.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing.
Cool?
That is so cool. So you're telling me that this device is a kind of smell-o-vision. Is that right?
Chris, right? It's for you could use it at movies, right?
Yes,
for four-dimensional movies.
It's actually different from smell-o-vision.
Because it works better.
Has some other ideas
so
as well,
we'll see you next time. This is an invention coming into existence in the next 20 years.
Sam's
Turn it up
absolutely
loud.
fabulous. Bill, what can parents do? One last question. What can parents do to help excite their kids in the love of science?
Let them mess around in the kitchen and make them clean it up.
All right, Bill, thank you very much, and congratulations to you young scientists as well. I'm sure there are plenty of honorable mentions out there, and anyone who competed in the competition is worthy of praise. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. All right, so Bill Nye's making me feel like a bad mom because my boys always want to put things in the microwave and see what's going to happen. Let's see, we've learned that Capri Sun catches fire, marshmallows explode, but you know, that's how we get our kids interested. And the whole smell thing, that's scary.
Trial and error. One thing I have to say is, like, John Scalzi, such grace under pressure because he's such a huge fan. You know, if you know John, he is a scientist at heart. He's a huge fan of Bill Nye, and he just, I have such admiration for anyone that can hold their composure in front of a celebrity. I sweat.
Well, Bill Nye, a true scientist, and John Scalzi, a great part of our team. So thanks for that. And coming up next, we're going to take a look back at our Mother's Day show.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
Every school year, 21,000 plus children are receiving the free and reduced meals through the school programs. When summer comes, those meals end and hunger begins.
Keeping Suncoast kids fed in the summer, what local groups are doing to combat hunger. I'm Haley Wilkes. That story plus our roundtable discussion.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
I'm Dale Mast, and we're celebrating 40 years on the west coast of Florida. It's our 40th anniversary, and it's time for a celebration, the Culligan Hydration Celebration. For a limited time, celebrate by taking $250 off any Culligan home system. That's $250 off Culligan water softener systems, drinking water systems, or whole house water filters. Help us celebrate our 40th anniversary, and remember,
for better water, pure and simple, call today and say, "Hey, Culligan man."
This Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Minute is brought to you by Sarasota Ford.
The Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix originated in 1985 by a group of local businessmen, among them the race's brainchild, the late Gene Whipp. What began as an annual picnic at the beach for children with special needs has expanded into a 10-day festival, raising $100,000 a year for Suncoast Charities for Children and generating an economic impact of $32 million for the area.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford because Sarasota Ford guarantees you our lowest price on every new Ford every day. Save on America's best-selling truck, 39 years running, the Ford F-150. Fusions, Escapes, over 800 vehicles on site or online, all on sale. Buy with 0% for 60 months. And now, get up to 2,000 trade assistance. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we're taking a special look today at some of our favorite moments as well as answering some of our viewer comments.
Yes, and one of my favorite emails, it came from one of our viewers, Tony. Tony said, "The Mother's Day show was my favorite. I loved seeing your moms and daughter." The reason I love this email is because, Tony, I felt the same way. Of all of the shows that we have done, from before I was producing to even now, this was my favorite show. Because, you know, they always say people make more sense when you meet their parents or you meet their family. In some cases, this was true. In some cases, not so much. So we had Stephanie and Bobeth were joined by their mothers, and then Linda's daughter, Kathy, came on the show. And it was an awesome day. It felt almost like a little dinner party we were having.
It's like a family reunion.
Yes.
Kind of all of us hanging out.
And my favorite segment of that day, and Tony, I hope this is yours too, was when you all played the match game Mother's Day style. Let's take a look.
So, before the show, Joey actually sat down and individually talked to Kathy, talked to Marlene, and talked to my mom, Sharon, about things I'm frightened to think about. But now we're going to share it with everybody. So, Linda, you know we like to start with you. We want to see if you can match the answers that Kathy gave to Joey, our producer, about some questions.
I know her like a book.
But the question is, does she know you? So we will see. Okay, here we go. Linda, what is Kathy's favorite color? Linda says purple. Kathy says blue.
You once painted your room purple. The entire thing, doors and all.
That was a Prince thing.
We appreciate that. Okay, Bobeth, what is your mom's favorite color?
Teal.
Mom says blue.
Oh.
Sam, we'll give you that color family. We'll give you the same color family. Okay, and Mom, I will guess your favorite color as blue. All right.
We're the only ones that are a little off down here.
That's because you were bragging. That's what happens. Okay, Linda, if money was not an issue, what would your dream vacation be? What would Kathy's dream vacation be?
A world tour.
That's kind of, be more specific. I don't think.
An African safari.
Kathy says India.
All
right. Never mentioned that one, did you, Kathy? Okay.
I knew where it was.
So, Beth, what would your mom's dream vacation be?
Europe. What part of Europe? I don't know.
What
We're
part
just
of
going to
Europe?
be just trying to see through her paper.
Don't cheat.
Venice.
All right, Venice, Europe. How'd she do? Yacht.
A yacht where?
I don't think she cares.
With some strippers.
Mom wants to go yachting with strippers. We will make a note of that.
I'll go.
You're not going. All right, and Mom, my mom is actually about to do what I'm saying, so I hope I'm right. To celebrate her birthday, she is going on an Alaskan cruise. Okay, and that makes me so happy because I thought that's something you've always wanted to do, and she leaves in a couple weeks.
I would have never guessed a yacht with strippers. I'll tell you that.
And if you had, you wouldn't be saying it out
I
loud.
would not be saying it out loud.
We'll send you pictures.
Okay, now we're going to do what is something you'll never live down, and this is going to get ugly. So, Linda, what will Kathy never let you live down? And there's got to be a big list.
You know what? I think it was when she was working here and living with me downstairs, and I saw she wasn't married. I saw a car drive up. So I got on the floor and I put a glass to the floor so I could hear who was there and what they were doing. And suddenly she comes walking up the steps with a girlfriend. Oh, hi, Mom. Why are you on the floor?
I don't even remember that. That did
But
not.
the visual was priceless. Kathy,
What's wrong with you?
Oh, she got you the wrong car.
She got into the wrong car. Do you remember that?
Oh, I do.
was the man surprised?
Oh, yes, I was surprised. And my dad and I were in the right car, and we just laughed. We saw the whole thing together.
I was hurrying because I just seen it was in a video rental store, and I just seen her boyfriend's dad renting an X-rated movie. So I was running out to tell him, and I jumped in the car and started talking.
Did
to
you
the
tell the wrong man?
The wrong car.
That is hilarious.
Every day it never ceases to amaze us that something new comes out of Linda. Okay, Bobeth, what won't your mom let you live down? There's a big list, I bet, here, too.
I'm trying to think.
It's the craziest thing you did.
When I was little,
they left, the house is being painted, and they left the ladder there, and I climbed up on the top of the ladder and sat on the edge of the roof.
You
for
sat
about
on the roof. I remember you told us that. Okay,
several
go
hours.
Beth on the roof. Answer is when she climbed on the roof.
All right, Mom, what will you not let me live down? This is not going to be good on any level. Let's go burping.
Can't say on television.
Yeah, let's go burping.
Oh, no, I didn't.
I didn't touch burping? Oh, so I just let myself out.
She didn't want to embarrass you.
What is
All right,
that? Tell us
survey
about
says-
Let's go burping.
It was a boy. Miss Wheaton Bell. Okay, well, that kind of goes with it. I won Miss Wheaton Bell. Linda, you didn't know I was a beauty queen.
Wow.
My friends decorated my yard and wrote Miss Wheaton Belch all over the yard because I was a little bit of a tomboy and I have loud body functions. And now I have children and it's all coming back to haunt me. All right, the final question, and we are going to go out on a sweet note because, of course, we're celebrating mothers and daughters. Linda, what will Kathy say that you say is your favorite thing about her?
She is really tough, and she'll go for the jugular vein. She was an investigative reporter, and now she's an attorney, and she will go after the truth. I'd say, oh, that's okay, don't tell me.
Okay, tough girl. Kathy, what did you say?
Hair.
Well, you do have great hair.
A lot simpler.
She's a lot simpler. All right, Bo Beth, what will your mom say is her favorite thing about you?
My personality, and I'm always happy.
Is she always happy? Survey says.
No.
Survey says. Her figure. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we would all like Bo Beth's figure. All right, and Mom, I think that you will say your favorite thing about me is energy. Her energy! Woo! You got a good job there.
I really like this navy ring.
We do. I bet you didn't think that was going to happen. This is rigged. This is not rigged. This is not rigged.
We got 0, and you guys got 100.
And I'm a little shocked. Because what have I always said?
Better than I thought.
Yeah, and my mom and I are very different, but we do apparently know and appreciate our differences.
It is so much fun. One of the things that we always joke about the show is that it's kind of like throwing a dinner party when you have guests come.
Absolutely.
And I have to say, just because I've known you all and I adore you all, meeting your moms felt like a next step in
The
our
natural
relationship.
progression. You got to meet the parents.
Yes, every once in a while I'll sit back in the studio and feel like this is just a fun show for me. I had such a ball watching that game.
You did have a great look on your face during that whole
gosh.
show. It was fun.
All of the secrets that your moms and daughter revealed, not all of them made it to air, so I do have a little bit of dirt on each one of them.
Oh, fabulous.
I'll
Yeah.
just keep that in my pocket when I need it.
That's always scary. All right, coming up next, we're going to get out of the studio and head out on the water. I have some hidden talents to share.
The all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC 7.
At SWC Properties, we pride ourselves on providing to you the very best in customer satisfaction. To list your home with SWC, give us a call and don't forget to watch the House to Home show every Saturday night here on ABC 7. It's simple. We just market your home better.
On the Suncoast.
And across America, the news you care about
is on your Suncoast News at 5.
and ABC World News Tonight at 6:30.
People you trust. Scott Dennis, Haley Wilkes, David Muir.
First, the Suncoast.
And then the world.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon. I'm Haley Wilkes. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. Tough budget decisions in Venice. City leaders consider adding a fire tax to help run the department after the consolidation plan with Sarasota County failed to go through. And a popular Sarasota restaurant plans to come back after the fire damaged the building, when the owner of JR's old Packing House Cafe hopes to reopen. Now, let's check in with Bob.
Well, the fourth named storm of the season has formed. It is Danielle. It's making landfall now into Mexico. The earliest we've had 4 storms in the Atlantic Basin ever. That will continue to weaken as it hits over land. For us, some drier air has moved in behind a frontal system. Not as many showers around. In fact, just a few sprinkles have been here and there scattered about. Most of that heading off to the west right now. We're looking for low temperatures tonight. Some places upper 60s. Well, much more on that coming up at 5. See you then.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beauty Rest, Eye Comfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. for a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology.
And focus on the Suncoast.
The official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Did you know? When your dog stays at Canine Corral, the play is free? Contact Canine Corral today about boarding and daycare packages. Canine Corral, where the love is.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Welcome back. If you have a need for speed, then you're going to want to mark your calendar for the 32nd annual Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix Festival. It's a whole week's worth of events, but it wraps up with 2 days of breathtaking boat racing off Lido Beach. But you were holding your breath.
Oh, all right. Listen, sometimes you're sitting at your desk and then 10 minutes later, you are out on an adventure. And that was definitely the case on this day.
A lot of boats, and they don't usually have this much going on. Tell me a little bit about this vessel.
This is a very interesting boat. A lot of people will recognize this from years and years ago. It was built in 1983. It raced for 5 years, and it was an icon for Sarasota as well as other events. It did the New York to Miami, or Miami to New York run that was famous at the time. It's got a lot of history to it, the Popeye's chicken boat.
And there's a massive engine under the hood. How much horsepower are we talking? How fast does this baby go?
There's three engines in it. It's just below 3,000 horsepower total, and the boat, it will run about 120.
And is that how fast you race?
We get between probably 110 and 120, depending on the water conditions.
Okay, now on races like the Grand Prix, tell us about your concerns, what you're thinking about, what conditions are good. How do you know when it's going to be a great race day?
You never know when it's going to be a good race day. You just try to put all the factors together the best that you can. You watch the weather, try to choose the best propellers and the right weight setup for your boat, and make sure it's got enough fuel in it, and just kind of cross your fingers, because it can go good and it can go bad.
How long have you been doing this?
Since 2003. Yeah, had to think about that.
And I understand your dad is here as well. Does this run in the family? You spend some time driving boats like this?
Not much.
Just along for the ride?
More cars.
Fast cars, fast boats. It looks like we've got it all going on. All right, now you have said that I could drive this. I can barely see over this. How am I going to drive this?
It's fine. Just if you bump into something, just move over whichever way you can.
All right, we're going to give it a try.
I have stilettos in the car, but I didn't think that sounded safe.
Yeah, probably would be.
You're going pretty fast.
I love it. How fast?
Probably about 90.
I like 90. When do we go again?
Whenever you want.
I love it. Okay, I didn't know I had a need for speed. You were in the back holding on for dear life.
Amazing. When somebody says you're going to go out on the boat, I thought they meant like a motorboat.
A pleasure cruise?
I thought, oh yeah, we'll wear a little vest. It was like driving in a race car and sticking your head through the sunroof. Our listeners go, the wind was exhilarating and terrifying.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun to drive. It is so long, the boat. It's just amazing, the size of it. And you stand down in it. And I am not very tall. I'm 5'2". I was on a cushion and on my tiptoes, and I I could barely see where I was
looking
going.
over the steering wheel.
It maneuvered very well, hung a couple of U's.
Yes, I mean, I have to say, you may have a career with the Grand Prix.
You know, a lot of fun out there. You're not going to want to miss this. The fun starts June 25th. It runs right through July 4th, and of course finishes with the big fireworks finale. The race days out on the water are July 2nd and 3rd at Lido Beach, and ABC7 proud to be a sponsor.
And there are some things that happened the day we were out on the water, but we will show you those later on as we get closer to the Grand Prix.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better reader.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
On your TV, on your computer, on your camera, on your smartphone, on your Apple Watch. And now you can get ABC7, your Suncoast News on Fire TV. Just go to mysuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab for a list of fast and free downloads that deliver ABC7, your Suncoast News on the go.
At ABC7, our entire weathercast is dedicated to the Suncoast, and now we bring it to you like never before with the all-new official Suncoast forecast. Beach and boating forecast. The winds will be out of the northwest at 10 knots.
Now, with the most advanced graphics and technology, we bring you weather where you live, pinpointing right down to your neighborhood. Zooming into the Sarasota Bayfront,
the all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Welcome back. We love having the chance to give a deserving Suncoast viewer a new look as part of our makeover madness. And one recent makeover that I unfortunately didn't even get to be here for really tugged at everyone's heartstrings. It is all anybody talked about.
Absolutely. Wait till you see it. You can feel it right through you feel the emotion right through the video.
This is it. It's time for our makeover reveal. Let's bring out Tanya and see her new look. Come on out, Tanya. Come for it. Don't. That movie star.
You look stunning.
Have you seen?
Look at yourself.
What do you
I've
think?
only saw myself for 5 seconds, and I love it.
Oh,
right at that
totally
camera.
different person.
You are stunning.
Gorgeous.
Flab to
Wow, Tanya, what do you think?
What did you say?
I love it. I really like
And
it.
here comes Nikki B. What did you do, Nikki B?
Oh my gosh, I was so inspired. Tanya gave me permission to have fun today, and we took her into a really cute short wedge just to show off her beautiful face shape and bring out those eyes. She's got gorgeous hazel eyes.
Yeah.
We played with some red tones on top. She said she loves some red.
Stunning. You are stunning. Oh, it's beautiful.
It looks good from behind from Saturday.
I know, really cute. She's gonna have so much fun with this new look, and I think her husband's gonna love it too.
Yeah, my family has no idea.
Oh, wait till
They have no idea.
They're gonna walk in and just husband's gonna drop in.
Awesome.
Probably not
They're not going to know who you are.
We're gonna spin you around, do a little spin for the camera.
Oh, so we should tell you that Tanya is actually one of our ABC employees. She's one of our favorite coworkers. She's
Great
been here
energy.
for years. She's the first smile you see when you walk in the building. And everybody, what you didn't get to see and what you didn't get to see, Steph, was the whole back of the studio was lined with all of her coworkers.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
everybody was crying. So that was one of our all the makeovers that Cutting Loose does for us are fabulous.
Yep.
That was definitely one of our
Yeah,
favorites.
nice to see one of our own get a well-deserved treat, but it is absolutely amazing to watch just the joy that a little change can bring somebody, and that's true for everybody. So we greatly enjoy our makeovers, but our favorite is probably still the kitchen, because you've probably noticed we like to eat. We're going to head there coming up.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at 5 o'clock. An alarming report from the Department of Environmental Protection. Why the agency and some local residents are worried about a housing development on the site of an old Palmetto golf course. In Suncoast Traffic Watch right now, no crashes in the area, but we are seeing some traffic near 301 and Fruitville in Sarasota. Now over to Bob for another check on the weather.
Scott, a cold front moved through over the weekend. Drier, slightly cooler temperatures anticipated overnight. And Danielle is making landfall now into Mexico, bringing some heavy rainfall there, mainly with the possibility of mudslides and threatening flash flooding as a result of all that moisture moving on in. But for us, we're staying high and dry here. It looks like it'll stay that way for a couple of days. As far as the rainfall goes, we've had a few sprinkles around. Most of that out into the Gulf of Mexico. We're not anticipating much rainfall over the next couple of days. Details on that at 5.
Mom needed more care than we could provide, so we called Granny Nannies. She now has around-the-clock caregivers, and we have peace of mind. Thanks to them, she's where she belongs, at home.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Don Brennan. We've all been told to eat our vegetables at one time or another, but new research shows that it could pay off in the long run. Tomorrow on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll show you how it impacts your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. John?
Low humidity means little in the way of any kind of rain. We'll talk about that bright and early.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you. Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
Every school year, 21,000 plus children are receiving the free and reduced meals through the school programs. When summer comes, those meals end and hunger begins.
Keeping Suncoast kids fed in the summer, what local groups are doing to combat hunger. I'm Haley Wilkes. That story plus our roundtable discussion.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
At ABC 7, our entire weathercast is dedicated to the Suncoast, and now we bring it to you like never before with the all-new official Suncoast forecast. Beach and boating forecast. The winds will be out of the northwest at 10 knots.
Now, with the most advanced graphics and technology, we bring you weather where you live, pinpointing right down to your neighborhood. Zooming into the Sarasota Bayfront,
The all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Gas prices are on the rise again, so before you fill up, go to mysuncoast.com for a list of the Suncoast's cheapest gas. ABC 7's Pump Patrol, just another way we're here for you.
I'm Dale Mast, and we're celebrating 40 years on the west coast of Florida.
It's our 40th anniversary, and it's time for a celebration, the Culligan Hydration Celebration. For a limited time, celebrate by taking $250 off any Culligan home system. That's $250 off Culligan water softener systems, drinking water systems, or whole house water filters. Help us celebrate our 40th anniversary, and remember,
for better water, pure and simple, call today and say,
"Hey, Culligan man."
At Granny Nannies, we provide your loved ones with the care they deserve, compassionate and experienced help right where you need it most, at home. Visit us at grannynannies.com.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Welcome back. We want to share an email from Sandy. She writes, how can you be around all of that great food all the time? You must have amazing willpower. Oh, I wish we did. Some days are better than others, but Wednesdays?
Wednesdays are the hardest
When
day.
Chef Judy brings the entire spread, we start by just little samples.
And that's where they add up.
Yeah.
Especially one of our favorites. When recently, Judy introduced us to the best bar food. Let's take a look.
Bar food, we're not talking about happy hours. There's some great deals out there at the Table Creek side and Kona Grill and Libby's, but what we're talking about is if you're kind of comforting in on that bar stool. You know, most restaurants you can order, like my husband, he'll want a full steak dinner, but I'll want maybe a salad and a flatbread, something like that. So let's start over at Hyde Park Steakhouse downtown. This is a great opportunity if you're catching in the last of those movies in this upcoming weekend to stop in for some cocktails, some flatbreads. You know, I just tried this
Linda, let's
particular
try.
ribeye and blue cheese flatbread. Wonderful. So you get this salty from the cheese with the steak, and it just really goes well with a cocktail or a craft beer.
That's good.
Or a glass of wine, oysters on the half shell. So what I like about it is you don't have to dress up as formally. You're not that committed to, you know, when you're sitting at the bar. So I kind of like that you can do that. Now, up in Bradenton, leave it to Rebecca. She's been waiting since 9 a.m. all day
Hey,
talking.
me and Linda are both
I can't
enjoying
wait for
it.
afternoon to
Eat it,
come.
get her to eat up.
Go
She can
ahead.
afford it. Eat up.
We're talking about it all day. Now, Ace's Live, it's a great place to go for music. And what I like about it, surprisingly, is you can get a nice big salad with cinnamon pecans, and they have, look at this double burger.
Look
now,
at
that's
the
something
burger. You
Ace
have to hold the burger up.
hand. I'm afraid it'll tip over. It's so
Look,
heavy.
it's so big.
Double burger, hand-cut fries, peanut sweet chili chicken wings. And again, Rebecca has been saying all day,
Oh, yeah.
I will eat a chicken wing on camera.
I don't mind.
So you go for it. So fried
All right.
green tomatoes with pimento cheese. Really fun that you can share.
Really fun.
And then this is the one place, if you do not have a reservation at the bar at Nick's Tavern, you're not sitting at the bar. Trust me.
Really?
In fact, I joked with the owner. I said, yeah, I'll see you in a month. After Mother's Day, my husband and I will go back in. But you can. It's one of the only places I know where you have to have a reservation at the bar.
I love
and
it.
this is where you're going to go and enjoy a great burger, potato skins, a throwback from the 1980s. I mean, come on. You have your Asian wontons and dumplings.
Yum.
And of course, more chicken wings for Rebecca.
I'm eating them.
Down in Venice, made in Italy. You know, a few years ago, they busted through the wall and they exposed all that brick, and they came out with a great bar. These prices average anywhere between $10 up to about $18. But look at this beautiful seafood salad. Think
so
about
good.
having that with a caprese martini
Oh, yeah.
or a nice glass of Chianti.
I will think about that.
The bruschetta, the bruschetta, of course, and I love they use their own homemade bread. And to me, cheese and meat board. And don't forget, you know, you can also, that might be, you might have had dinner and then it's later after a show. Get that, and maybe you want a Godiva white and dark chocolate martini. Just saying, that might be kind of the balance. And of course, Fleming's Prime Steakhouse and Wine Bar, they actually have 3 bar menus. So they're 5 or 6 till 7, but it really starts at 4. But they also have the bar la carte menu, which is all all night long, and it features, like, you know, the prime burger, the tuna tacos. I think they have fantastic steak carpaccio, beef carpaccio, and it really becomes light but filling enough. And of course, they have some beautiful martinis, wines by the glass, and craft beers. So this gives you an overall opportunity of where you can go and spend anywhere. I'd say the average is between $9 and $14 on a particular dish, anywhere between $10 and $12 for cocktails. But you can just hunker on in and chill out and feel that New York vibe.
I think we need to have a bar night, ladies.
I definitely
think so.
we need to taste test. Hear that, restaurants and bartenders?
We'll stop by
Exactly.
Sign me up for the bar night. I'm going with you.
Oh my goodness, I remember eating most of that cheese platter. That's what I remember. That was not a well-behaved day when we just sampled. But it is hard. We have had definitely learned to pace ourselves because there's so many amazing restaurants here on the Suncoast.
Yes, and those Wednesdays are a great treat. My stomach is growling already. Well, we are very excited. Tomorrow, everyone will be back on the show. We'll have the whole gang back again. We loved answering your questions today. Please feel free, find us online. You can find us on Facebook at Suncoast View. We're on Twitter at My Suncoast View. Also Instagram. We are in the 21st century. Or you can always email us directly at suncoastview@mysuncoast.com.
All right, well, thanks for joining us today. We're looking forward to having everybody back for more adventures tomorrow. But for now, enjoy the rest of your day and take some time and enjoy the Suncoast View.